Hello and welcome to this Canva tutorial. In this video, I want to show you how you can set up a simple master folder structure for your business and for all of your designs to live so that you can stop the endless scrolling, having to search for your designs only to never find them again. This is one of my biggest frustrations with Canva for sure, even as an experienced user. And I've been using Canva for a long time, and still at times I struggle to find my design. So this is why it's so important to have such a good system in place for saving your designs. So what you're looking at here is my Canva home screen. I'm working from the Canva app, which I recommend to all of my clients. If your screen looks different, it's probably because you're working from the browser. So definitely go ahead and download the app for a better user experience. I'm on the home page. As you can see, mine are in grid view. Yours might be in list view. This is a personal preference. Some people prefer one over the other. But if you come to the left-hand menu, you're going to find projects. Projects are your folders, and this confuses a lot of people because people don't make that connection, and so people don't even realize that Canva has folders. When you click into the projects tab, it is a lot messier than I like. Unfortunately, these all, whenever you click out, they're always open. And so it's always a little messy, but if you don't like that, you can turn it off. But I have not yet figured out a way to keep those permanently closed. There could be a setting, and if I figure it out, I'll let you know. But as you can see, we are currently inside my master folder structure. This does change from time to time as my business changes or evolves, or I remove things. It's always good practice to come in and keep things up to date fairly regularly, once a week, checking in, cleaning up any files that you forgot to save or move into their respective folders, deleting things you no longer need, and that kind of thing. So as you can see here, if I just come into list view, it might be a little easier for you to view. I like to name my folders because when I refresh the screen, it will put them in numerological order, and then I can find things a lot easier. It's just easier for me to see when I have numbers in front of the folders. Otherwise, my brain gets lost trying to find what it is that I'm looking for. So I always recommend coming up with, I work with clients and I probably have more folders than what you would need, and I work in Canva a lot. For most of my clients, they have just a few simple high-level folders, which are typically, a branding folder, a social media folder, and then if they have multiple offers, maybe it's an offers folder or services, and then all of your offers for the specific types of offers you have live within inside those folders. If you were to click on my offers, as you can see, I have everything sorted out by, some of these offers are older now, some are still relevant, but if you were to click on any of these offers, then I have in here, this is a guide that I've created, so it lives within that folder. If I have promo templates or social media graphics, if I'm advertising something, they would all live within this folder. That's how my brain likes to categorize and organize things. Your system may be a little bit different, so it's really a good thing to take 10 or 15 minutes and to write out a simple folder structure that's going to make sense for your business. If you just have one offer, maybe you don't need an offers tab. Maybe it's just the name of the offer that you have. Maybe it's a course, a signature course that you have. You just have a folder with the course name and all of the relevant visuals and graphics and everything that you create relating to that offer live inside. So when it comes to creating your folders, you definitely don't want to have more than a few layers. As you can see, when you click in offers, I have some subfolders in here. And if you were to click on some of my subfolders, I don't go layers and layers deep. I might have one more folder in here, but I try not to go more than 3 layers deep. Otherwise, it tends to get a little confusing. So if we come back to the main folders, I'm going to go back to grid view. And you may not have any in here because you've not used folders. Maybe you have folders in here and you've created them and you didn't even realize that you've created them. So yours may be a lot cleaner than what mine looks like right now. But if you've never used folders or you forgot how they work, you can come into your projects tab, and once you're inside, you can click add new folder, and then you're going to give your folder a name. So you might want to name, or you might want to give it a number. And I'll just call this one test for now. And you're going to click continue. And now you have your folder. To create more folders within a folder, you're going to click on add new, and then you're going to click add folder. And what I always recommend is once you get your high level folder structure in place, you set up your subfolders. If you're working on a design, let's say I'm creating a design relating to this folder. Let's say it's an Instagram post. This is an Instagram folder, let's say, for example. Then what I recommend is setting up your subfolders within the folders that you're using and creating your designs right within that folder. So you can add designs, bring designs in that you've created that you haven't moved into this specific folder yet, or you can click on create design and you can do your normal process for setting up a design. And we'll just grab something here as any example. And now once you're in here, we are just going to let's do something as an example. And we're going to give it a name, Instagram, blog, promo, October 5th, 2025. Let's just pretend this is the name that we're going to be giving it. Now I have it in here. And now when I go back to if I go back to the home page and I click on projects and I come back into my test folder, as you can see, this design now lives. It takes kind of a little while to have the image show up. It can take even up to an hour. It's taken sometimes, but this is your graphic that you've just created. But let's say you are on the home page and you've been working on things and you forgot to put things into a folder, or you've just now created a folder structure and you want to clean up your designs. What you can do is you can simply come into your main Canva home screen, and if you were to click, sorry, I didn't mean to click the actual design. If you were just to hover over the design, and you'll find these little check boxes appear. I can move one individual design into the appropriate folder by clicking on the Move tab down at the bottom, this little folder. When I click that, I can then navigate to the folder, or I can click on all, and I can just come to the folder that I need. You can also do a search as well. And the other thing that you can do, which is really nice, if you have a lot of things, you can bulk move things into the same folder, or you can delete things really quickly rather than doing it one by one. I've worked with people, and when I first started too, I would hover over these three dots and I would click move to trash individually. But it's so much faster to bulk delete and bulk move things when you're working from the home screen. And one final thing that I wanted to show you is when you're working in projects, let's say you're working on, when in your folders, if you're working on a specific project, for instance, that you're using a lot, let's say, I access content a lot because this is the one that I'm using the most, I can simply start it, and now it's going to live in my favorites in the left-hand menu here, and it's very easy for me to access very quickly. So I hope this tutorial was helpful. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below, or make a request. If there's a tutorial that you would like me to show you how to do it in Canva, please let me know, and I would be happy to try to set that up.